we've got the best tunes on Dispatch, iACADEMY's first and only music-centric podcast. Original renditions of your favorite songs, reviews, and then some, all under one roof. You're tuned in to the Music Lowdown with Xavier and Boaz, powered by iACADEMY. It's time to pour the eggnog and gather around the Christmas tree for Music Lowdown. We're back at it again. I'm Boaz.
And what is up, guys? It's your boy Xavier, back at it again with another episode of the Music Lowdown. What is up, guys? This is our 9th episode and our last episode for the year of 2020. All right?
Amen.
Amen. How you feeling, bro? How you doing? We just finished our finals. We're finally done with the term and we're gonna be going on a Christmas break. What is up, bro?
I'm happy, man. I'm happy because we came out of it the other side. And you know what I mean by that. It's been such a tough year. It's been such a hard-fought, laborious, arduous year for us. You know, it's taken a toll on each of us for sure. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that. We came out the other side with something to show for it, thanks to this podcast. So for posterity, it's a great reason to have a podcast, I guess. And I'm glad we have something to look back on.
Oh yes. I mean, this is for me, like personally, this podcast is like one of the things that makes for me like 2020, my 2020, like awesome and great and very unique.
Yeah. Gave me something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Same.
I appreciate you, buddy. And
yeah, man. Yeah.
Before we get ahead of ourselves here, let me ask you real quick, what are some of the clear-cut indicators for you that it is indeed Christmas?
Clear-cut indicators of it's Christmas. Number one, I would say that Jose Marichan comes out of hibernation, pops out everywhere. I mean,
man.
Come on. Starting September they start playing that stuff.
Yeah, I'm convinced that he's this entity from a different dimension that just feeds off of our alacrity and our fervor for the Yuletide season. He's a Christmas vampire, is what he is.
Immortal Christmas spirit. Yeah.
We should have saved that for the Halloween episode.
Oh man.
We should have mentioned that for the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jose Marichan is like the Santa Claus for us, man.
Yeah.
The Filipino Santa Claus.
I love that. That's such a keen, astute observation from you. I was actually thinking the same thing, but less podgy, less fleshy, more bag of bones type of guy. Yeah, but he's a great guy, class act, and I love that he's taking all these things in stride, all these cracks and digs and jokes at him that are coming his way. He's taking it in stride, and he's such a good sport about it. He's such a good sport about it.
So yeah, speaking about like Jose Marichan, right? So Christmas music, Christmas songs. Bro, I gotta ask you, what is our opening song for this episode?
Oh man, you know what? All listeners are in for a treat because this first song comes to us in the form of a Christmas staple, a Christmas classic, dare I say, further popularized by movies like the eponymous Last Christmas by Henry Golding Jr. and Emilia Clarke. Yes, the song Last Christmas. We're doing that for you here on Music Lowdown.
Yes, an OG all-time classic. So yeah,
OG.
Heck yeah, dude. So yeah, let's get straight to it. Y'all good? All right, let's get it. Okay, guys, we'll be back in 3, 2, 1.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. Oh, this year, to save it from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Oh, last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. Oh, this year, save it from tears, I'll give it to someone special. One split and twice shy. You keep a distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? It's been a year, it don't surprise me, but last Christmas gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. Oh, this year, save it from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Oh, last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. Oh, this year, save it from tears. I'll give it to someone special.
What is up, guys? We are back, and that was our sauced up, spiced up version of Last Christmas. Bro, how you feeling about that?
I feel good. I feel warm inside because it's Christmas. I guess it just has that effect on everybody. Well, I don't know if it's everybody, but I've yet to meet a person that doesn't like Christmas. So until I'm proven otherwise, I'm gonna think that is the case. You know, Christmas songs make me feel chipper, make me feel warm inside, like a I guess the physical equivalent of a hug. You know, I feel like I was hugged.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
Christmas is its own very unique thing. Yeah, man. And like I would say, like this year is a very very unique kind of Christmas. You know, it will be quite limited for everyone to go to parties. You know, the family get-togethers and Christmas parties won't really be a thing right now due to the pandemic and the quarantine. But yeah, it's just take it as it is. It's a different Christmas for all of you, a different and new experience. So yeah. I mean, for me, like right now, what I'm gonna be doing the same. I'm just gonna be chilling. I'm just gonna be resting, recovering from finals, etc. And and get ready for the next year, the next new year in our lives. So yeah.
Good on you, man. Good on you, because you have to get rested up, because next year is gonna be another full plate for us. That's something we have to be ready for, something we have to be prepared for. So that's good on you for resting and taking some time for yourself.
Yeah, same. And everyone is listening, all you guys, like, do your own thing, do your own vibe this whole Christmas, right? Make sure you get rested from the finals. Make sure you're all healthy physically, mentally, in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, just chill and rest up. I mean, even though I noticed, bro, like even though like Christmas right now is all everyone's like locked in, everyone's like at home in pandemic, even with the whole quarantine situation, like people are still keeping up with the tradition of the regular Christmas shopping. Like, December is always that crazy month where people go out to shop and purchase tons and tons of stuff for pasalubong and other stuff. But even this year, it's even more evident with the online shopping with Shopee and Lazada.
That's a good alternative as opposed to going outside, which simply isn't viable. You know what, Divisoria still is packed.
That's one thing. That's one thing.
If there's one thing that this pandemic has proven, is that nothing will come between a Pinoy and his or her shopping. Not even a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah, dude. Have you been to Divisoria during Christmas?
Recently, okay. Yes. Yeah. Because that's the same locale where all these authentic Chinese delicacies are being produced. So I go there for that. I love the hopia there. I love the mooncakes.
Okay.
I love all the delicacies they have there. So I would go there from time to time, periodically, and I'd catch a glimpse of the zeitgeist and the climate, the overarching climate and the lay of the land there.
Dude, I don't know, it was last year, the other year, but I have experience going into the swarm of people on the main street there.
Oh yeah.
It's one heck of an experience, dude.
That's a uniquely Manila experience.
Yeah, uniquely Manila experience. But it's fun. It's a nice thing to experience. Yeah, it's everyone's there all for the same things. Everyone's there to shop and have fun. I don't know if you checked it out, but the 12/12 sale on Lazada and Shopee, that the stuff on there is freaking crazy, man.
Man, a lot of great deals there. Dirt cheap deals too, dare I say.
Super, heck yeah.
So it's funny how we say don't miss out on that, because by the time we upload this and this goes up on YouTube, it would have already been yesterday's news. That ship
Yeah.
had already sailed. So, I mean,
I mean, for the next sale, like what's the next
Next
one?
sale.
1 2 2 3 3 sale, free shipping.
free shipping. Watch out for that. It's fun.
Yeah, man.
We're not even associated with these brands, but hey, this is free advertising.
Happy baka naman.
Oh, okay. This is us shooting our shot. This is us shooting our shot. You have to shoot our shot at least before the year ends.
So
Yeah.
with that out of the way, man, bro, you want to go on to our first special segment for this episode, man.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
So yeah, dude, on to our next segment. Our next segment is something very unique for this December episode. Of course, 2020 was full of surprises and full of ups and downs, and this is more evident in the media industry. There were many movies that were canceled or postponed with their releases due to the pandemic, but still there were some unique films and unique flicks that came out this year. So with this special segment, we got 2020's top fives, wherein we'll be giving you the lowdown of our picks of our top favorite movies, series, then later music. All right. So yeah, Boaz, would you want to start and kick things off with your pick of your first pick of the movies, man?
Yes, I'd love that. This first one, I think I'd be doing everyone a disservice if I didn't mention Tenet. Because Tenet is just one of those things. It's one of those monumental cinematic events. Each time Nolan drops one, we have to talk about it. It's as salient as they make them, and I have to say it lives up to that. It lives up to that in every way, shape, and form. It's a great movie. I love the world that he builds around his characters too. I'm convinced that he walks around with fully made movies in his head.
Yeah, man, definitely. Nolan is like a one of a kind director when it comes to his films.
Genius.
Yeah, and like all the more with Tenet, dude. Like imagine watching a movie where things are moving forwards and backwards at the same time, man.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. Let's just leave it at that.
I mean, everyone who's like listening right now, do yourself a favor, watch Tenet. You will not be disappointed.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah. I mean, okay. With mine, the next one, like for mine, would be one that came out earlier this 2020. It would be The Invisible Man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. One of the last movies I got to see on the silver screen.
Yeah, I believe like Invisible Man dropped just a few weeks before COVID hit. Yeah.
Yeah, they barely left unscathed, man. Because had it been delayed or pushed back, which all these studios tend to do anyways, but had it been pushed back a few dates or a few weeks back, I mean, it could have suffered what most of these motion pictures are suffering from now, which is not getting a mass release, a wide release.
Yeah, man,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like Invisible Man. I love like how they did like an old school classic film and spun it on its head with some like modern like concepts with technology and stuff. Yeah, it's a good horror thriller flick, and also other creepy thing about the movie is like, since it's the Invisible Man, it's like whenever you watch the scenes in the movie, it's like he's always there.
Yes, I felt that a lot. That's another keen observation for Xavier. I have to keep tabs on these, man. I have to keep score of your observations. I love them. Keep them coming. Keep dispensing it, man. Yeah, and that's something I noticed a lot too, that he could just be lurking out and about somewhere, and the impending dread that he brings to the screen, even if he's not actually on screen. The Invisible Man. For my next pick, man, it'll have to be the Five Bloods by Spike Lee. Yeah. Spike Lee, The Five Bloods. That has to make it in there for sure, and I do believe it has a place in every movie nerd's heart. It should be scored into every movie nerd's heart because it was one of the last Chadwick Boseman movies.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace to him, man.
Yeah. But taking that off of the equation, it still can stand adequately on its own merits. Has a lot of great qualities to it. A lot of layers, a lot of folds of veracity. It's very much
Yeah.
grounded in a real story, and I feel more enlightened and illuminated by the movie. I love it when I take away something real from the movie, something historically and empirically real from the movie.
Yeah. And thanks to Spike Lee, like the guy's he's a unique director essentially. He has his own style,
Unique to it.
own style of his own storytelling and everything. So yeah, like yeah.
Go ahead, man.
The next one, this one on my end is well, this is gonna be like surprising, but like this one would be The Outpost. Have you heard of that one? That movie, The Outpost.
No, but please do tell.
The Outpost is it's actually what's this? It's a very, how do you say this? It's like what do you call it? Like a sleeper like release or like an underground release, like a soft
Yeah.
release. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't
Sleeper
really
hit.
marketed.
Sleeper hit.
Yeah, it wasn't really marketed that well, but it was a for me, I think it's one of the best like films of 2020 because it is a war film, all right, but it's produced and driven by veterans essentially. So it's very how do you say this? It's very realistic in how it depicts things.
Got you. Something to put into the to watch list, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would say The Outpost is this year's 1917 essentially.
Wow, it's a big claim, huh? That's a big claim.
Yeah.
I'll have to see for myself. Next one's The Way Back.
Oh.
Yeah, The Way Back.
Affleck film.
The Affleck film. I love it because it shows a man that's broken. Yeah, I mean, sure, it is a basketball things, among other things, not the least of which, like I said, a man that's broken, a man that fell off the wagon, and is slowly slithering back. I love those underground stories. So he has that inner turmoil as well, and then you slam that against this responsibility of having to look over a basketball team. And I love the juxtaposition, because you have to be mature for these kids, but at the same time, he has his own skeletons in the closet that aren't going anywhere and that have to be addressed, of course. And feeling like you're way past your prime, or you're living past your expiry date, having that feeling, but still pushing forward, still having that resolve to go further and find meaning in life. Take the wheel, Xavier.
So yeah, bro. My next pick would be Netflix's Old Guard. That's cool, dude. Non-stop action on that film. I love it. It's a cool film because like it's really intense action that just draws you in, and all the more that how it's paced and directed. Like it's small set pieces, but the fact that it's small, like it makes the action even more intimate and like in your face, and it's very immersive to watch essentially.
My next pick would have to be I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Okay.
Which brings about this commentary and this dialogue about horror being more amorphous these days. It doesn't have those cues that it used to have. For one, it's less brooding, it's less dark, it's more ruminative now and more introspective, which I love. Seems to have gotten more self-aware. Yeah. It's matured over time. So when I say I'm Thinking of Ending Things as a horror thriller, I say that loosely. It deals with a different kind of horror. It addresses a horror that is endemic to all of us. I refuse to call it just your average, easy, turn your head off, turn your brain off kind of horror. It's very subtle. It's very tacit. It's a nuanced kind of horror. Xavier, I'm handing the keys back to you, man. Go ahead.
This will be my last one. It would be we already discussed this last time in our previous episode. I believe our Halloween episode, but this is Alive. #Alive. Yeah, the Korean zombie flick. Again, I'll say it again. Guys, try to like open your boundaries when it comes to flicks and other films and series. If you get into like the foreign series, especially the Korean ones, it's gonna be one hell of a ride. And the Koreans are, I would say, like this like the new like masters of the horror or like the zombie flicks.
Could I just say something? You were super on the money, and you were super on the mark about getting over these boundaries. At the end of the day, all we're talking about here is this half an inch boundary that's
Of subtitles.
of subtitles. Yeah, exactly. This half an inch boundary of subtitles, and when we get past that,
You're good.
yeah, you're good. You're pretty good. You're set. Anyway, please go ahead.
I mean, yeah, with Alive, the Koreans, like, I would say, like, they're the new masters of like zombie horror right now. They've been dishing out like nonstop, like here with Alive, and then with with Train to Busan Part 1 and 2, and all these other stuff. They just like crank it up on to like 1,000, man. They crank it up past 100, and Alive is good watch. It's a good film, intense, nonstop thriller, action, and horror all in one. So yeah, that's my last pick for 2020.
Yeah, my last pick would have to be Host. A movie
Hey.
shot entirely in quarantine
Yes.
and mediated through Zoom, which
Yeah.
which isn't by a long shot or by any stretch of the imagination unique or forward thinking or reinventing the wheel, so to speak. But they had to make do, and given the constraints of the pandemic and how you can't really shoot these overly ambitious scenes outside, some of the levers and pulleys that are necessitated for that have been voided and have been vetoed thanks to the pandemic. Considering that that's all been embargoed, I think they did a stellar job with being resourceful and making do with what they have immediately at their disposal, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we're done with the movies. How about we hop on over to the series, man?
Oh yeah,
good with that?
series. I'm super good with that.
Yeah, series. So yeah, of course, like, we got the movies, but all the more, like, the series are a different thing. They're an expanded narrative. You're essentially watching like several movies about a single like thing. Like every episode is also kind of like its own movie. All right, so my first pick. Okay, my first pick would be I don't know if you watched this, Lovecraft Country from HBO.
Yeah. It's this period piece, right?
Yeah.
It's cool period piece.
Yeah, Lovecraft, bro. You got it all, man. You got creatures, you got aliens, you got a lot of weird stuff, and it's freaking cool. It's freaking awesome, man.
It's very quaint looking too. It looks like it was set in the
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah. Right, dead center in the 50s, man. You got the issues of like discrimination and all that stuff. Plus, you mix in with like the mystical like, nature of essentially Lovecraft. So yeah, it's a damn good series. What's yours, man?
Mine is The Boys. I want to start off with The Boys because
Yeah.
I want to start off with The Boys because it trumps and eclipses what the first season achieved. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And apart from that, it also builds on it in a very meaningful way, in a very substantial way. And I don't know, I just like the second season better than the first one. And I love how they deal with superheroes. They're not delicate about it. They're not delicate about it. They don't treat their superheroes as these paragons of morality, these perfect examples, these shining examples, these gold standards, so to speak. And they show these heroes for what they truly are, which are humans. That's it for me, man. Yeah.
My next pick would be another Netflix one. This one again. This one is a foreign series. I don't know if you watched it. Barbarians.
No, man. You're always turning me on to new things, which is what I love about you.
I love checking out these like foreign series because it's very unique. And yeah, Barbarians, this one is a very cool one. If you love series like how you say this, series like The Last Kingdom, series like I would say kind of like Game of Thrones, but like the Viking series, and I feel like these historical epics and dramas, Barbarians is something you should watch. And yeah, Barbarians is tackles a true story, true event in history, and it's really gritty. It really gets into the dirty details of how bloody history works. So yeah.
Mine would have to be Haunting of Bly Manor.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. Haunting of Bly Manor was great. I didn't think that horror could fit within the confines of a series because by proxy it'll be encumbered with so much more problems, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Series, as we all know, series are longer than movies are,
yeah.
and usually usually you want to address the horror elements and aspects, and you want to sew it all up at the end of the runtime. But how do you pull that off when you have to do it and you have to prolong it in a span of 8 to 10 episodes, unless you want to do a limited series like Chernobyl did. I guess that'll work.
Notebook's cool. That was
Yeah, that'll lend itself better to horror movies, or so rather horror concepts within series, or so I thought, until I saw Bly Manor. It just pulls it off so seamlessly. I didn't think it could work within the context and the purview of a series, but boy does it do that.
Okay, horror, dude. Let's continue on that trend, man. Would be this year's second season of Kingdom, the Netflix series. The Korean again, Korean horror, zombies. We already talked about Kingdom before, but again, it's a non-stop ride, bro. Like, I love like how these Koreans are able to like crank it up to 1,000 with just the simple use of zombies. Raising the stakes with Kingdom. It's way better compared to the first season. This time the zombies are spreading far and wide. They are coming out in the daylight. They are much of a bigger threat. And yeah, when you watch the film, it's not like these zombie flicks wherein the characters are like from a safe distance. No, man. With Kingdom, you have to kill these zombies up close and personal, and these zombies run, jump, and do everything.
And this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is set against the backdrop of feudal Korea, right?
Yeah, medieval old school Korea. So no guns. I mean, there are guns in the series, but it's just one shot, and you have to go up close. Yeah. How about, okay, next one, bro. What's yours? What's your next one?
Family Guy. Family Guy is my next one. And they're into their 19th season.
Damn, 19.
And you think that the well would run dry, but it's quite far from it. They're still reinventing themselves and still freshening things up. A lot of people have written the show off because of these stinker seasons, for lack of a better term. These seasons that weren't as up to snuff as maybe the first ones were, or the back catalog maybe. But a bad season to me is not the final referendum on the validity or the efficacy of a series. I don't know about you, but I don't write them off after just one bad season. They missed their mark on some of the seasons, sure, but it's one of those last, along with The Simpsons, of course, and American Dad. One of the last great satires and animated comedies out there. Please go ahead, please.
This one's my last pick. This is a very recent release, a very recent stream right now, and this is Disney's The Mandalorian. Of course, the Star Wars series, man. Mandalorian's kicking up everything like past 100. This show is going into the deep end of Star Wars. I grew up with Star Wars, and I can say that this show is way better than the past 3 Disney Star Wars films.
The blasphemy, the sacrilege.
No, bro, that isn't blasphemy, man. Ask any Star Wars fan, they'll freaking agree with this, man.
I've seen it. Ahsoka episode unimpeachably just trumps all the other things. You're right.
Yeah, man, definitely. This is way better. Like, you're finally seeing stormtroopers, kill people for once.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars isn't a child show, man. Star Wars is dark, grim, and very in your face. And Mandalorian embraces that.
Tip.
Yeah, what's your next one, man?
Yeah, my last one would have to be Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone, season 2.
Let's get it. Woo!
Season 2. I cannot say the same thing about this with what I said about with what I said about The Boys, right?
Yeah.
Because I still think the first season's better, but it's a worthy follow-up. I mean, it's a worthy follow-up. Sure, there are some throwaways. There are some pretty disposable ones. Some episodes just fly over your head, right? But there are some strong ones there too. And if you love these ethereal, cosmic horror type of elements, it does have those sensibilities in spades as well. It has that to a T. So do check that out if you're a fan of that. And it's just a mixed bag of horror. You know, it's a sampler plate of what Jordan Peele's capable of being and what he can do as a showrunner, which is a lot. He's such a great showrunner, such a great director, such a great behind the scenes guy, in as much as he is in front of the camera, if I do say so myself.
Definitely.
It's funny how much of a tangent, how much of a sharp turn, a 180 his career's taken. Being AA Ron from Comedy Central, being Timothy from Comedy Central to now being the head of that snake, you know, being the head of that social horror snake, which is becoming the new fad, the new flavor of the month, it seems. That's great.
Yeah.
Good job for him. He's just spearheading that movement right now, and everyone just seems to be following his directive.
Yo, dude, like legit, like non-stop Jordan Peele. I would say like he's kind of like the future of like the horror stuff that's going on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Horror.
One of the new horror savants, one of the new horror architects and purveyors. Very much in the lineage and in the pedigree of, and this is gonna raise a lot of eyebrows, but Alfred Hitchcock, Dario Argento, all those guys.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah, Wes Craven. Yeah, very much in the same category, in the same lineage. Who else?
Yeah,
A lot of greats out there. Roman Polanski, of course, of Rosemary's Baby fame, obviously, for sure.
Bro. That's your last pick, no?
That's my last pick, sir. Yep.
All right, bro. You want to skip on over to our next segment?
Oh yeah, something of a staple, something of a constant here on Music Lowdown, a game that is endemically Music Lowdown, right?
So yeah, guys, we are doing it fact or fiction. What is up? Our one and only game show, and of course, since this is our last episode of 2020, we have to do something OG. We're doing fact or fiction, and later, if you guys didn't notice, we haven't done music yet for the top fives. Guess what? We're doing Skipper Stream once again. We're doing our OGs for this episode. So yeah, fact or fiction, Boaz, I am ready. Ask me, go ahead, bring your best, let's get it. Woo!
Okay, you ready? This first movie comes to us in the form of Señora Mondada. Set against a dust-fraught industrial dystopian world, a base-wielding Sting, yes, Sting, I did not stutter, Sting from the Police, leads a resistance comprising the working class against the tyrannical government that will tip the scales of justice back on the side of the marginalized. Is that fact or fiction?
Fact. I'm thinking fact.
That's a fiction, bro. That's a fictive piece of that is synopsis. I'm sorry.
All right. Go on. Next. Let's get it.
Next movie comes to us in the form of Sunshine. A team of astronauts are sent on a mission to reignite a dying sun with a nuclear fission bomb in 2057. Fact or fiction?
I've watched that movie already.
Ah, darn it. Fair enough. All right, last movie comes to us in the form of Wolves Among Sheep. A sleepy Colorado town is rocked by the revelation of an off-world society that's been surreptitiously living behind their backyards. Is it fact or fiction?
Fiction?
Yes, sir. You're right. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 2 out of 3 ain't bad at all, man. Good job.
Yeah. All right,
Good
your
job.
turn. Let's get it. Thanks, man.
Let's get this over with. Yep.
All right, that's good. Guys, if you're thinking about like this fact or fiction, like we're like amping things up, it's gonna be a rapid fire. So yeah. Okay, so first one. This is a rapper. Alright, this guy's name's Lil Crunch.
Okay.
This guy's a unique one because he's a young rapper and with a substantial following. Right, his biggest hit was his song "Please Don't Do Cocaine," which
God.
raises awareness to the dangers of substance abuse, leading him to garner super viral fame and millions of views on TikTok, on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Fact or fiction?
You know what? It sounds just about outlandish to be true. So yeah, I'll go fact. Why the hell not?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Little crunch. Yeah, later I'm gonna send you this guy's song, man. It's something else. All right, next one. This guy is called Little Toenail. Right?
All right.
So Little Toenail is a big underground name, and it has a hard-hitting banger gallery and rapport of songs. Right? He's known for his outlandish style of wearing a foot mascot suit and a ski mask, and he never ever shows his face. He has collabed with big artists such as Joji and is featured on various rap channels. He is known for guesting on famous YouTubers channels as well as as guests and everything. So yeah, is this guy real or not?
I'm on the fence. Let's say fiction.
This guy's real, man.
Oh, this guy's real.
Yeah, Little Toenail. Yeah,
Dude.
that was misleading because I said collab with Joji. He has a collab with Filthy Frank. Yeah.
I have to read up on these rappers, man. Yeah.
Okay. Last one. This guy's called Little Windex. So Windex is a Canadian rapper known for his humors, rapping, and crazy antics. This guy came up alongside the mumble legends such as Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi, Yari, and all of these other guys. His biggest song has like more than 10 million views and is still releasing sleeper bangers. The thing about this guy is that everyone mistakes him as Mexican. Is this guy real or not? Fact or fiction?
From Canada, where you say he was, yeah?
Canada.
Canada just has about enough star power for this to be true. So yeah, fact.
Hey!
2 out of 3?
Yeah, same. 2 out of 3 for both of us.
Sweet. I feel redeemed. Yes, sir. So that about wraps it up for fact or fiction.
Yeah,
for the year.
The year, yeah.
Yeah, last one for the year too. Sheesh, I'm getting sentimental. Oh God.
Oh, man. For real though, we need more people on the show. Listeners, guests, tara. Let's do fact or fiction and see who survives.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I guess let's move on over to our last segment. We good with that, bro?
Yeah, let's pivot now to Skip or Stream, our final one for the year, Xavier.
Yeah, Skip or Stream, the last one. This is our picks for the best of 2020. Our picks for definite streams, albums, songs, our own picks. So yeah. Now before we go any further, right? So I'll say like a definite stream for everybody would be all the Christmas music. I mean, guys, come on, let's get into the holiday season. Like slide into the holiday drip, into the holiday sauce. Like y'all can vibe with either new school or like old school jams, And yeah, like bro, like I'd say like a friend of mine, like quick shout out to her, like Javier, like quick shout out to her for giving me like the sauce and some old school Christmas classics from Andrew's sisters. You guys should check that out. So yeah. Man.
You know what? While I was looking up songs to recommend to our listeners, right? I chanced upon this song by Ludacris called Ludacrismas. Not Ludacrismas. Who would have thought that he had a Christmas song? But hey, I digress. I
mean, that guy's crazy. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Yeah.
Let's recalibrate.
Yeah,
okay, this is my attempt at getting some semblance of order in this podcast. Let's recalibrate now to my first Skip or Stream. My first stream, rather. Yeah, we're not doing any skips. We're not doing any skips for this one. Our first stream is the new Tame Impala record, The Slow Rush. This-
Slow Rush.
Yeah, the song is strong for me from that album was Borderline because it's Tame Impala at its best.
Yeah.
Vintage Tame Impala, and you'll be able to recognize that right from the jump, right out of the gate.
I mean, with the
Immediately.
Tame Impala, with the Slow Rush, like, yeah, I agree that Borderline is one of the, like, the standouts of the album. But for me, like, the one I listen to the most is their song "Is It True."
Okay,
Very chill,
I'll
very
give you
chill.
that.
My chill go-to. Yeah.
I'll give you that. Yeah. So yeah, the whole Tame album, that whole Tame, and in fact, the whole discography is just a bop. So do
Yeah.
yourselves a favor this Christmas. Check that out if you haven't. Xavier, let's head on over to you, pal. What's yours?
Mine would be, for my first pick would be Future Nostalgia from the one and only Dua Lipa.
I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
Oh,
There is no denying that she knocked it out of the park with Future Nostalgia, man. Like, she pulled up the old school sound, and her formula works well with it. It works for her. I mean, album got pop banger after banger, and we got Don't Start Now, Break My Heart, and Levitating, to name a few. Like, those are my standout picks from the album.
I struggle with you giving her the ownership over the formula because I cite Carly Rae Jepsen's Emotion as one of the earlier precursors, and even Dedicated actually is one of the earlier precursors to Future Nostalgia. I think she cracked the code first before any of these other ones did. So I credit Carly Rae for this, for spearheading this 70s resurgence. I don't think we would have gotten Future Nostalgia if it weren't for Emotion, 2015's Emotion. Critically,
I didn't say that she did the formula. I just said it's her own formula.
all right, okay, I stand corrected.
It's cool, man. It's cool. Nevertheless, music's going a different direction right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, sure. My next one would have to be Parcel's Live Volume 1.
I know how I feel right now. I know how I feel right now. I know how I feel.
Okay.
Their most ambitious, their most elaborate outing to date, should I say? Because they did over an hour and a half, give or take, of recordings, and they did it all in one take. We're talking clean, immaculate, just on the fly. And that probably is one of the hardest things to do. I mean, having to do one take of anything, say just a song, like a 3-minute song is hard, and it's pretty toilsome as it is. But to have that spanning an hour and 30 minutes, that's a whole different ballpark right there. So for them to have done that just speaks to how commendable they are as a band, and how consummate music, how much of a consummate band they are collectively.
Yeah. I mean, doing a clean one take for that long, dude, that's a different beast in itself, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, onto my next one would be After Hours by The Weeknd.
Baby, where are you now when I need you most? I'd give it all just to hold you close. Sorry that I broke
Dude, our boy Abel's back at it again. I've been following this guy for years. I love his music. The Weeknd always brings out a lot of surprises with each album. He, again, similar to like my previous entry, like The Weeknd goes back and goes to the old school sound, and again, it works for his style, and his voice complements it very well. And listening to the After Hours album, like, it feels like he's a totally different guy compared to like the raw and explicit nature of his earlier works. So yeah, I mean, though most of the standout, or like the viral hit tracks have that old school sound, there's a really good variety of pop, R&B, and even rap, like showing the guy's mad talent.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. Here. My next pick is a Japanese house EP called Chewing Cotton Wool.
You try to do something different over and over again. Something has to change. Something has to change.
Strong EP, another strong EP from the Japanese house. They have a penchant for releasing these EPs. Just so there's, and to me, I don't know, I can never speak for them, but the beauty about EPs is there's less of a barrier to entry of just having so much songs to down and throw down the hatch in one sitting. And EPs are so great at just keeping you occupied for 4 songs. Which is all we ever have time for, honestly. Let's be realistic here. And I love how they've reinvented their sound, but they still keep fidelity, a very huge fidelity to what worked from their previous outings, whilst going into uncharted territory, which is great. You really have to strike a balance. And I love how they've formulated this EP. Case in point with songs like the eponymous title track, "Chewing Cotton Wool," and "Something Has to Change."
Yeah,
Great EP.
Yeah.
Something Has to Change. Yeah.
Me and my next one would be from the boys of Brockhampton.
Smoking on that fishbone like with my chest bone like talk that nigga shut down like and no risk what you say we don't care.
Oh, dude.
Their quarantine album, Technical Difficulties, dude, the guys that they vibed it out again, back with a quarantine album. And this one's quite surprising because this one's much more tamed and restrained kind of album, and it has a chill sound compared to their previous outings. So yeah, and I would say like it's a very relaxing bop, and it's perfect to like, you know, just chill, sit back, and just like sink into.
Yeah. I mean, across the board, they are pretty subdued, but this one's even more subdued and lo-fi. I love it.
Yeah. For me, like the standout would be, I don't know if you've listened to it, like Fishbone.
Oh, okay. That's a mood.
Yeah.
That's a mood
cool.
for sure.
So yeah. Next one, bro. What's yours?
Yeah, nice one to vibe to for sure. Petals for Armor makes it on my list for this year.
If I want pure love, must stop acting so tough. Give a little, give a little, give a little cinnamon. If I want
Haley Williams, yeah, who and I chalk my love for it. I chalk it up to my love of 70s music altogether and just groovy things.
Yes.
You know, it very much pulls from the Carly Rae Jepsen repository. It very much pulls from that trick bag, but it's unique enough for it's a unique enough album for it to make a niche for itself. Let's just say that it's a strong first outing for Haley Williams, and I personally wouldn't have it any other way. Great body of work so far, great songs that will greatly translate into stadium bangers as well. I see this being played at stadiums and just having a very transcendent, spiritual, religious experience. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Definitely nice. Yeah. Me, I'll go on to my last one. This album that quite surprised me. This is from DaBaby. This is her album Fake It Flowers.
your eyes are just like his, but your face is a bit different. You're a bit more fucked, but
And this is a surprising one because like she nails this album. Like she's doing this whole like early 2000s, late 90s like grunge and rock sound, and surprisingly, it worked out very well for her. I liked it. I love it. Her style, her voice really matches well with it, and yeah, it's cool, you know, hearing that kind of sound once again. Yeah,
Dirty Hit represent.
yeah, 38%. Heck yeah.
Okay, so to cap it off, close it out, round my list out. I have to pick the new Phoebe Bridgers album, Punisher.
day off in Kyoto, got bored at the temple, looked around at the 7-Eleven, the Banter to speed train.
Hey.
Oh on the merit of how listenable it is and how it translates well in a live setting. I think that's always going to be a good barometer to hold a body of work against. Yeah, it's great to measure it on how well it'll hold up in a live setting. And Phoebe Bridgers just has that in spades. Her development has come second to none, and she's just killing it. She's just killing it. All these great songs, for her at least, seem to come a dime a dozen. It's so effortless with Phoebe. It's just banger upon banger upon banger. She's doing everything right by me, at least. That's great. So great.
Yeah, man. Great albums this year, you know, and it's quite cool because like many, like aside from the artists that we mentioned, you know, many other artists like really took the quarantine downtime to like work on new projects and new stuff, and you know, it's the quarantine albums that came out this 2020 are very unique. They have their own special characteristic about them compared to like, you know, like these bigger production studio recordings, you know.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Since everyone's just at home, you know, like I said, trying to make do with the little they have, but still having the biggest return on investments, which is great. And then it speaks to how talented these musicians are. Good on them. Yeah, good on them. Sweet. So wow, that about does it for us here on Music Lowdown for 2020.
Yeah,
Xavier.
we've reached the end of our episode, man. Damn.
I can't believe it myself.
Woo.
I can't believe it myself, man. Honestly, I couldn't have picked a better partner to do this with. Couldn't have picked a better right-hand man. You know, you're my right-hand guy, and this has been great, man. This has been great.
Definitely, thanks, man.
Yeah. Does this count as a season finale? I don't even know anymore. I don't know what qualifies as a season finale in podcast standards. Yeah, I guess this is allegorically, I guess, the end of an era, you know, for Music Lowdown.
Yes, that's the end of season 1. See you on the next one. Heck yeah, we'll see you next year, guys. Wow, we finally did it, man. Woo.
Yeah, and we're leaving. Yeah,
we did so much stuff, man. We had a lot of special segments. We had final survival guides and everything. Like, wow, woo! One heck of a ride.
Yeah. We've amassed quite a lot, you and me.
Heck yeah,
That's
man.
great, man. That's great. And we're leaving you now with a song that isn't conventionally Christmas, but it is in many ways about Christmas. A breakup song set within Christmas and holidays altogether, which is bizarrely alluring, if I do say so myself. But you be the judge of that. This last song is by John Mayer, a song called St. Patrick's Day. Here's us taking a crack at it. Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. This has been Music Lowdown. Signing off.
Here comes the cold. Break out the window close. Oh, and find the love to call you home. To you, but your cheeks a shade of pink, while the rest of you is in powder blue. Now who knows what will be? Well, I'll make with you this guarantee. See, we'll know in November we'll see your goodbye when it comes to December. December. It's obvious why no one wants to be alone at Christmas time. Come January, frozen inside, making new resolutions 100 times. February, won't you be my Valentine? And we'll both be safe till St. Patrick's Day.